Yo, what is going on, everyone? It's Professor Pierce here, PP for short. Today, I have a super effective box for you guys. I saw this on someone's channel, and I can't remember who. They had a very similar list, and so I took it and I changed it a little bit. If I remember or I find out who it is, I will leave it in the description of the video, but for the most part, it is just their list. I changed some stuff. They had like a Moltres V instead of the baby Moltres, and they had a different layout of energy, and so like I did change some stuff, so it's not like the exact same thing, but it is quite similar. But it is based on just having an out for everything, basically, to go against people, to have a super effective glasses against whatever the opponent is running. So we'll go ahead and get this started versus Water Doge, I guess, or maybe it's Dog, because there's no other D. I don't know. Ooh, excuse me. But it looks like we are facing Lost Tina this first time. And we have two of our Comfey's prize and our only Cramorant prize, so that's not ideal for sure. So I'm doing this a little out of order. I shouldn't have nest balled first, probably, but I'm not sure what I am going to get here. We do have some dark energy to spare in the deck, so we'll throw that away and keep the water energy. We'll take the Greninja, and we might as well attach it to here and use its ability to get two Mirage Gates. So I'm not really sure what to get here. I mean, I can get this Mew, it's not going to help us too much. And I could put down the baby Galarian Moltres' turn with some dark energy, but I think I'm going to save that for later, because I don't want that just sitting on the board. It's not going to help me right now, and be an easy boss target for the enemy. So we did escape rope the Tina into the active instead of keeping the Comfey up there, so that is good. Force them to use some more switches that they don't want to use. So they're going to conceal cards, and it doesn't seem like they have too much here unless I'm reading things wrong. Do they have another energy to Abyss Seeking, though, is the question, because they're definitely taking their time on what they are doing here. So they're just going to pass, so they don't have a lot, which is great. It gives us some more time to set up for sure. So we'll take the Iron Hands, very easy choice here. And then we'll go ahead and Colress and grab... I think we always want the energy, and I think we want the Mirage Gate, but we already have two in our hand, I remembered, so I'm going to go ahead and take the switch cart to switch. So we have a free pivot here. And another easy choice on the flower selecting. We don't have much that we need to get out of the deck at this point. We'll just take the Tropius because we have the grass energy. I'm not sure I'm going to use it though. So we have a lot that we can do here. I think I'm going to get rid of... I think I'm going to get rid of the Roaring Moon. I don't think... I want to say we're not going to use it in this matchup, but even if we do have 3 Super Rods in here, so getting rid of something isn't permanent for sure. So... now that we've used both our Comfeys, we can't really do anything else. We can get off a Mirage Gate next turn, and Lord knows my opponent doesn't have a good setup right now, so he is still fumbling for cards and some sort of setup of his own. so we're not too worried. So even if he does somehow take out my Comfey this turn, or do some damage to some of my other Pokemon, I'm not too worried about that. So we will see what my opponent's going to do here. He finally has some cards to play the game. He's got some switch cards. So he's going to draw some more and flower selecting some more. So he only has the 2 in there, so that's good for us. So he probably won't even be able to cram us unless he can find this Colress. So let's see what he does here. If he has anything else. Or if he could switch into the Giratina and Abyss Seeking. He can maybe do that. Because he has the energy for it, but no, he does not have the pivot. So that'll be good for us. We'll go ahead and flower select while we're at it to start. Another easy one. And I think we're going to try to Greninja them this turn. I'm going to go ahead and set this Iron Hands up. Because I don't want them to... I don't think they're going to Iono me, but they definitely could. I'd rather have this thing all set up and ready to attack right now. Just because I have the things in my hand. And instead of Iron Handsing, I'm going to Greninja because I'd rather take 2 things off the board rather than just 1 thing off the board. So I don't think we need the Colress at the moment, so I'm going to keep that and I'm going to throw away that and keep these other guys, and then we're going to go ahead and get rid of 2 of the things on the board here. And sorry if I sound a little stuffy, I do have a sinus infection, so that is always fun. I don't know if you guys have ever had that before, or ever heard of people having that, but it is not too fun. It just, I'm not going to go into details because it's kind of gross, to be honest, but it's just not very fun. Just another version of being sick. But we're still trying to make these videos for you guys. Very important. So he's going to send out Cram and hopefully get a Colress this turn. I'm surprised he didn't send out the Giratina just to start, but I mean, I guess it doesn't really have a pivot either way. So he's going to Super Rod, probably those Comfeys back in, just one of them. But he's going to send in the energies to be sure. And he is going to Conceal, so that will get him a V-Star, it seems, which is no apparent help, but he does find the Colress's Experiment, so he will be able to at least attack this turn, if nothing else. What he really needs is he needs an Escape Rope and a Switch. But I guess he doesn't really care for that at the moment, but he is going to Path himself, which is fine with me. I don't really have any mons that are using abilities. So he's just going to go ahead and spit on me innocently, of course, because you can't just be spitting on people not innocently. So I do find a counter stadium, but I don't think I want to use it because I'd rather him have the path for his Greninja and have him have less outs, to be honest here. So I am going to send in these energies back into the deck. I think I'm going to put the moon back in as well, and then we're just going to Iron Hands him here because I have set that up, and that is going to give us another prize card here because this thing is broken as fuck. So that will take us 2 prize cards, and now we just need to take out the Greninja and we win, basically. So he's going to put up the Greninja. He only has 4 in the Lost Zone, so he's still kind of screwed here. His bad start has definitely gotten to him, but he finally finds something he can use, so he does play Ionos. So I am glad I set up this Iron Hands when I did. It does not give us anything of use. Now I'm regretting not putting the town store up, but I don't know if he can even get this thing out of the active at this point, because he's used a couple of cards in his hand, and he only has some left, a couple cards left in his hand to play anything, because he just has a bunch of cards to get Mons. It doesn't seem like he has anything to switch or pivot, and yeah, he's just gonna unfortunately have to pass the turn, and that's gonna be an easy dub for us, because we will take out this Greninja with weakness and take the last 2 prize cards here. So that one was an easy one, but usually against Tina, it is not an easy matchup. So that is good to see. Good to see that happening. That you always love to see him get get screwed off of a start. Just like Charizard off a start, you always love to see it happen, because they always somehow have rare candies hard. So anytime they don't, it's just peak. So we're going to go ahead and get into the second match here versus Gators. So we do have a pretty decent start here. I do want to say I did misplay pretty heavily during this game, so that is something to take into or just keep in mind. You'll definitely be able to see it when it happens here. We're going to get the Greninja out here though, and then we're gonna go ahead and start to flower select. We will, kind of a tough choice here. I guess we'll take the Raihan just in case. We'll throw away one of these energies and grab some other stuff. We'll attach and switch into our other Comfey here and flower select again. And this is predicament because we only play 2 water energy, so I kind of need to keep this if I want to attack with Greninja here. So that is quite unfortunate here. So we're just gonna have to pass off the turn, and then this guy has Avery, so that's pretty annoying. So I'm gonna have to get rid of my Mew and my Comfey here. And then he has a Magnemite, of course, because he's running a Dialga. And then he's just gonna pass it off to us, which is good that he doesn't have anything else for us to do. So I'm gonna grab this grass energy so we can conceal cards with it, because I don't want to get rid of either of these other energies. I'm going to go ahead and place this other water energy here. I think that's probably what I'll do in a minute. The only problem is I don't have any fire, so that's like the big thing that this deck lacks, is any fire energy. So I think I'm going to I was gonna retreat into the Cramorant and then Super Rod this stuff back in, but as you'll see in a minute, I wasn't paying attention to how many I had in the Lost Zone. So I was like, okay, time to go attack with the Cramorant, and then I was like, oh fuck, I only have 3 in the Lost Zone. I don't have 4. So that was the big mistake I made on my part. So that definitely could have been an easy switch into Comfey to get another one in the Lost Zone, and then maybe even gotten a switch out of that, and then switched back into the Cramorant and done some damage. But so it's not the end of the world, but definitely wasting a flower select at least, and wasting an attachment for turn at least, which are two pretty important things to boot. So my opponent has some cards here. For sure, he's going to grab a Magnezone. And does he have the rare candy to go with it? He does. He probably got that off the Arven earlier, and I wasn't paying attention. But let's see how many energy he gets for the Dialga here. So 2, so 3-2, whatever you want to call it. Pretty decent, not too terrible. So he can't attack me here though, because he doesn't have another energy, which is nice. And we top deck a Colress, which is pretty much what we want to see here. So I guess I'll keep one of the Colresses. Now we can go ahead and attach here, and I guess we'll go ahead and just place that down too. It doesn't really matter that much. We could have held the hand, some of those cards, but I guess it doesn't really matter since we already placed the Iron Hands down and put the energy on it. Oh, excuse me. I was getting a drink of water. So he is going to Magnezone again, and let's see what he gets. He gets 2 more, so that will definitely be able to help him out here. And he's going to Arven again, so that could get him an Ultra Ball and get him Dialga V-Star, but that is not what he's going to get. He's going to just get another Dialga here. And a EXP share. And then he is just going to KO us here with the regular Dialga attack. So Tropius is not the top deck we want to see because we don't need that for sure. I guess we'll just grab the Ropier since we do have a Colress. We can't use Raihan here since we don't have something in the discard pile, since I shuffled pretty much everything back into the deck. But we will be able to grab some more energy here. I think I'm going to spread the energy around so I'm not completely screwed here. Let's see what else we get. I definitely want the Mirage Gates, and then I guess I'll take the energy for the concealed cards. So I'm checking to see if there's anything I need to Super Rod back into the deck, but we're gonna go ahead and build up him because I can't unfortunately kill this Dialga with my Iron Hands here because he has just enough HP to be able to block that. So I'm going to rope, and then hopefully he'll give me his other Dialga so I can just Frenzy Gouging it. No, he's going to give me his Magnezone, so that's kind of annoying because I don't really know what to do here. It's kind of an awkward position because if I Frenzy Gouging this, it will kill it, but I'm not going to be able to live the next turn. So I'm just going to Calamity Storm, and hopefully he can't move this thing next turn so I can kill this thing. That is our best bet, it seems like. But he has Jacques here, so that is going to give him 2 Dialga V-Stars, so that's not great. And then he's going to Giga Magnet. Let's see what he does. Let's see how many he gets here. So he only gets 1, but he's going to place it on the Magnezone and then probably retreat, which is unfortunate for us. We didn't really want that happening. And this thing, I think, has just enough to kill me here. So if I was playing smart, I would have just Frenzy Gouging the the Magnezone, because if I knew I was going to die, there was no reason to not Frenzy Gouging it. So that's just another misplay, unfortunately. It's just something that I should have done, but didn't do. So we'll get a switch cart here. We will Raihan to... yeah, we'll Raihan to the hands. And then I think we're going to grab a Mirage Gate. Well, I don't know. The counter catcher is probably better here. Because what I'm going to do here is I am going to... There's a lot I could do here. I'm trying to think. I am probably going to counter catcher the other Dialga. And then Greninja his other two Mons here. I'm going to put these back into the deck real quick. And then I'm going to get rid of this electric. See what I get here. So we did get the Mirage Gate, so that does leave me with what I want to do here. So I'm going to put the water down on Greninja, and then I'm going to Mirage Gate. And I should have enough in the deck to do that. I at least got the one, so that is enough to do so. And then we'll switch cart into this, and then we'll counter catcher the other Dialga here. And then we will Moonlight Shuriken and kill the Magnezone and do some more damage to the Dialga V-Star here. So getting rid of his energy producing card and doing some more damage, or keeping the other one in range of me being able to kill it with my Iron Hands. That's the biggest thing. So he has a boss here, so that's kind of unfortunate because he can kill our Comfey here with just about anything. Even just a regular attack from this one is kind of annoying because I'm weak to it. So that's just another unfortunate circumstance that we just happen to be weak to this guy. Our Comfey's happen to be weak to this guy, so he could just attack me with this and do like 500 damage. So he's going to Metal Blast for 160, so yeah, that definitely does a lot of damage here. So we will put in the Iron Hands. We will go ahead and use this to see our boss is and another Mirage Gate is in there. Unfortunately, that's kind of silly. So we're just going to throw back some energy here. We don't really need to throw back any of the other cards. And then we'll go ahead and Earthen Vessel for just 2 cards. Doesn't really matter. One of them we'll put on here, and the other one we will conceal cards. So those aren't bad. I don't want to use this town store because I don't need to. I wish I got another counter catcher. But I guess we'll just arm press them here and hope that they can't move this thing next turn. So, of course, they have the freaking Magnezone. So, just like I was saying with the Charizard, they always have it. So, it's unfortunate to see them having it every single time. So, he is going to grab some more energy. That is a lot more energy than I would have hoped he would have had off of that. And then he's going to Avery and draw some more cards here. The biggest problem with this is I can't even kill this active Dialga with my Cramorant. Just the way that things turned out to be, just I can't do it. So I'm gonna have to sack something here with this, and I think we just lose here because he can just Star Chronos this thing and then Metal Blast my Iron Hands when I put it up. But he's going to Metal Blast this thing first and give us a chance at winning. So that doesn't really matter. I think we are just kind of boned here because of some of those plays that we had produced, or that we had misplayed by. But we will be able to take a couple prize cards here, which is nice. So we're at least not going out without a fight. So we are going to take 3 prize cards, and none of those are the boss or the Mirage Gate, so that's kind of unfortunate. So what are the odds of that? So the rest of this is just this guy, in my opinion, being an a-hole, because he could just kill me with the Metal Blast here, but no, he is going to play out his hand and like Star Chronos me first, and then he's gonna Mirage Gate me. I mean, not Mirage Gate me, and then he's gonna use the Magnazones, and then he's gonna hit me for like 1,000,000 damage on the Metal Blast. And I'm usually a nice person, so I usually let people play out their hand. I usually don't concede unless I know there's like, unless it's like really early in the match and I know I have floundered and I want to get on to the next match, then I usually concede. But for the most part, I don't concede. I just leave it up. Let people have their moment in the spotlight, I guess. Whatever helps them feel better. So he's gonna Star Chronos me, and then it's gonna be his turn again, and then he's gonna use all his Magnazones again and attach for turn to do like 1,000,000 damage to my Iron Hands, because he just doesn't like Iron Hands, I guess. But yeah, so like I definitely could have won this one if I hadn't misplayed with that Cramorant first turn, and then maybe if I had paid attention to how much energy he had on his other Dialga, then I could have Frenzy Gouging the Magnazone, and then we would have been in a better spot for sure. But that's just how it goes. This third match definitely makes up for this little misplay here, because this third match is insanely awesome in my opinion. I really liked the way that I played here. I actually made up for how poor I played in the last one. But we're going to go ahead and flip the coin. They will get it on the right one, the right side, I guess is how you could say it. And then we will mulligan, and they will also mulligan. So let's see what they are playing here. And we got a decent hand, and they are playing Raihan, it looks like. So we're gonna go ahead and start things off, and by that I mean they will go ahead and start things off because they are going first. So I'm surprised they didn't want to go first, just because if they're running Electric Generator they could potentially donk me, but I guess they just want to go first. So they're going to Miraidon, and Regieleki, and then they're going to Miraidon for 2 more cards here. For another Regieleki and a Zeraora. So they got that free pivot, and I guess they're just going for massive damage here on the Raikou and Miraidon with the Regielekis. So he is running the electric generator, so I'm surprised he didn't want to go second, but I guess he just wanted to go first, because he could have had a donk, depending on what I definitely would have put down something else, but he definitely could have taken a first prize card here. So let's see what we can do here. We draw a boss, and we're going to go ahead and Flower Select, and that is a great Flower Select. I don't really want to lose one of my rods, but it's not the end of the world, because we are going to grab our Comfeys here, and then I'm going to Escape Rope, and let's see what he goes into here. I guess he's just going to go into the Zeraora, but I'm not sure. I guess he could go into the Miraidon here. Because we will grab the switch card here, and then we'll go ahead and Colress, so we can attack with the Cramorant this turn, which is good. But I have a better idea here, because I kind of want to fall back in prizes, because I just got this counter catcher. So I'm going to place... I want to save this switch card, so I'm going to place energy on this Minior and then just attack with this thing. I honestly thought it was going to do more damage because I always think that Miraidon has 2 retreat and not 1 retreat, but it's just got the 1 retreat, so we're only doing 60 and not 110. So I guess you could have argued, hey, why didn't you just attack with the Cramorant this turn? But I don't really see that being a huge misplay. If anything, I'm just sacking another Mon that isn't doing as much damage. Because regardless, I want to fall behind in prizes here. So he is going to Photon Blaster me here and kill me, which is fine with me because I am going to grab some more cards here. So we will grab Greninja. I don't really have any energy, so I'm going to use the switch card that I saved to hopefully get a Colress. And just like that, all you have to do is ask, apparently, because I do have to get rid of a switch card, which is kind of annoying, but it's definitely just the best card that I could get in there. So we'll grab those 3, kind of a no-brainer. So now we can use Mirage Gate if we want to, but I think I'm going to hold on to the Mirage Gate for a turn. I'm going to go ahead and do this and see if I can get like a Super Rod or something. No, I didn't get it. There's kind of a lot of cards in my hand that, all these cards in my hand I want, but I guess I don't need this Nest Ball anymore. I think I'm just going to grab this one because I want to... Do I want a Mirage Gate? I mean, I might as well Mirage Gate now. Might as well Mirage Gate now. Because... Alright, so we have the 2 switches, so I'm going to keep one of them, and then we're going to go ahead and spit on this thing. And my process here is I have the counter catcher, so once he switches out from the active spot here and kills my Cram, I can hopefully grab another energy from my deck and then counter catcher up this Miraidon and kill it and take 3 prizes, and then all I have to do is take out one of the Regieleki VMAXs, and then I can win the game that way. So yeah, so he is going to switch, and my Cramorant is certainly as good as dead here. So all we have to do is get an energy here off of this Comfey, or potentially 2 Comfeys. So let's see what we can do here. So we will send up this guy. Do we top deck it? We don't top deck it, but we do top deck a Super Rod, which isn't bad. We do get it off the Flower Select, so that's awesome. So we don't have to worry about that anymore. I guess I could have Super Rodded first. I guess you could call that a misplay, but I don't really want to get Cram again here if I don't need to. So we are going to switch into this, and then we are going to, I guess we could use the counter catcher since we're going to be tying up prizes here, but I'd rather hold on to the counter catcher than the boss because I might need to use my supporter for a Colress like that. So we're gonna go ahead and Colress, or so we're gonna go ahead and boss out the Miraidon and take 3 prizes here. So now all we need is we got the counter catcher. We need Mirage Gates is what we need for this. We need 1 Mirage Gate, and then we win the game, because we can put down. Well, we also need a switch potentially if they kill this thing this turn, but I think they do with the 2 Regielekis here. So they are going to Generator again. So what we can do here is they're gonna, yeah, so they do kill me, unfortunately. So if we do get a Raihan, then that's definitely gonna win us the game. But let's see what we can do here. So I think we just win if we get a Mirage Gate off of this Chorus or this Flower Selecting. All right, so there we go. So that is easy, because what we're gonna do here is we're gonna place Roaring Moon down. We're going to attach. Then we are going to Mirage Gate to him. And then I guess we need a switch. So that is kind of a problem. But we got the switch anyway. So that's good. And we do get Mirage Gate. So we can just Mirage Gate off of this onto the Comfey and then switch that way. So we can switch into the Roaring Moon and then counter catcher up one of the Regielekis and then Frenzy Gouging it for 3 prizes here. And that'll be game. So that definitely makes up, in my opinion, for how poor I played in the second game there. But that's how well and how fast this deck can take prizes. It takes prizes very quickly with Radiant Greninja and Iron Hands. And then, like you saw, you can take out the rest of really bulky Pokemon with Roaring Moon. I didn't get to use Tropius in the video, but if you are facing a dark deck, Tropius is really good against that because it'll clap back easy with weakness. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That'll be it for me. I got one more thing to show you at the end here. PP out.